According to their website, Video Games Live, an immersive concert event featuring music from the most popular video games of all time, was founded by Tommy Tallarico and Jack Wall in 2002, with its first performance occurring in 2005. And when Tommy talks about VGL today, he often talks as if he founded it by himself. Jack left VGL in 2010 to focus on his career as a video game composer, while Tommy continues to lead the company and act as the host for live events. According to the VGL website, Video Games Live has sold out every show they've performed in since their first show, which happened at the Hollywood Bowl on July 6, 2005. If my count is correct, that's an extremely impressive 536 shows in a row before their show last weekend on March 23, 2024. This is quite an amazing feat, especially when you consider some of their venues, like the Hollywood Bowl and the Bird's Nest in China, which is listed not once but twice and can hold over 80,000 concert goers. So imagine my surprise when last Saturday, March 23, 2024, their latest show, held at the Stephen Tanger Center for the Performing Arts in Greensboro, North Carolina, seemed to be struggling to sell out their approximately 3,000 seats. A couple weeks before the show, VGL on their Facebook page announced a limited time sale on remaining tickets. The day before the show, they did another sale. When I checked Ticketmaster the day of the show, roughly 9 hours before showtime, over 1,000 tickets were still available. When I checked later in the afternoon, it seemed that a few rows, even extending to other sections, completely sold out. But the fact that the rows didn't leave any gaps did seem a little suspicious to me. When I did a final check at showtime, well over 800 tickets were still available. That was the last check I could do, as shortly after the event begins, Ticketmaster turns off the ability to view remaining tickets. Even a picture from the event itself showed several empty chairs during the performance. Well, it was a good run, VGL. There's no shame in not selling out every show. The streak had apparently been broken. However, the next day, Video Games Live updated their website and listed the show, which was struggling to fill 2/3 of the performance center, as a sellout. Why? Why would you do this? Why lie about selling out a show? Even some of the best performers can't sell out every show. And if they lied about this one, did they lie about some of their other 536 shows? So I decided to take a look at some of their other shows in North America from 2024. As I said earlier, Ticketmaster does not show remaining seats for completed shows, at least as far as I know, but VGL's Facebook page offered some clues. They previously did 3 shows in one weekend on March 8th and 9th at the Dalhousie Arts Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia, which holds around 1,000 people. 4 days before the first show, the VGL Facebook page announced tickets were still available and never announced a sellout, although they marked it as sold out on their webpage later on. Previous to those 3 shows, VGL appeared for a single show on March 2nd at the Clark State Performing Arts Center in Springfield, Ohio, which has a capacity of about 1,500 seats. 3 days before the show, the VGL Facebook page once again announced tickets were still available, with no mention of a sellout following, although once again they marked it as sold out on their webpage later on. Contrast that with their show on January 26 at the 1,800-plus seat Schermerhorn Symphony Center in Nashville, Tennessee. A little more than a week before the show, they announced that they were nearly sold out with less than 100 tickets remaining. They later announced the show as sold out on Facebook not once but 3 separate times following. If this is how their Facebook treats shows that are truly sold out, it puts their previous show's sold out status from Nova Scotia and Ohio in doubt. But that's not all. Remember their first ever show in the Hollywood Bowl, which is currently being marked as sold out? In an interview with Perspective, published on February 17, 2017, Tommy Tallarico stated that 11,000 people showed up, which is impressive, but a far cry from the 18,000 seat capacity. Or how about the 80,000 seat Bird's Nest in China, where VGL didn't do just 1 but 2 shows? According to Tommy in a Twitter post from 2020, they performed in one night in front of, and I quote, hundreds of thousands of people. Quite impressive, as the stadium can't fit that many at once, or even in 2 concerts combined. Well, in that same 2017 Perspective interview, Tommy said it was 2 sold-out shows consisting of 30,000 people each night, which is impressive if true, but it's not even half capacity. Posting on your website that you sold out the Bird's Nest twice when you didn't fill half the seats without clarifying the circumstances is frankly dishonest. Otherwise, anyone could go to any large stadium with 4 of their buddies, make and sell them 4 homemade tickets for a penny each, tell a few jokes or sing a song, and then say they sold out the massive stadium. But it's even worse than that. In this video shared on the Intellivision_Amico subreddit, Tommy not only claims they filled the Bird's Nest well past its possible capacity at 130,000, he also shared that it was free to attend.
In Beijing, China, we played the big Bird's Nest where the Olympics were, and they had screens and speakers set out because the stadium only held 130,000.
Only 130,000.
Yeah.
And so there were 130,000 people listening
there, and then everybody was spilled out. I did a deal with the Chinese government, and it was a free show. So, almost 1/10 of the entire population of China showed up.
If something is free to attend, the term sold out doesn't really apply and creates a false impression people paid to see it. And it's not the only free show that VGL has called a sellout. As it turns out, declaring false sellouts seems to be a habit for Video Games Live, or at least since they redid their website in 2020. YouTuber Goose did a fascinating video on this titled "The Lie Tommy Tallarico Has Repeated Literally Hundreds of Times on the Video Games Live website." I encourage you to check it out among some of his other great videos related to this topic, and we'll leave a link to that video in the description below. In the video, he shows how several people in the past pointed out empty seats at VGL concerts, with Tommy himself admitting that they don't always sell out, and would instead use the term sold lots on their website. According to Goose's count, in May of 2012, 98 shows were marked as sold out, while 116 shows were marked as sold lots. Those same shows are now marked as sold out on their current website at the time of this recording. Looking at the site from December of 2012 verified lots of shows being marked as sold lots, as you can see here. Starting in 2013, they seemed to stop showing results of shows from previous years, although they would mark shows from the current year as sold out or sold lots. Later on, starting in 2013, they would stop using the term sold lots, and eventually it seemed every current show would be marked sold out. There are things about Video Games Live I appreciate, like their ability to help bring new audiences to local symphonic orchestras. Nowadays, there are several of these organizations that are struggling and could always use new concert goers and finances to help keep things going. I even enjoyed some of the VGL music I listened to, although sadly it seems anything Nintendo related, which appeared early on, has been removed from their current playlists. And by all accounts, VGL has enjoyed some success. However, the line about sold out shows puts a stain on all of this. As Tommy Tallarico's reputation goes down, so with it could go ticket sales or even the willingness of a symphonic orchestra to work with Video Games Live, and perhaps even other video game themed shows as collateral damage. I don't know the financial arrangement between Video Games Live and local symphonic orchestras, but imagine, if you will, that you're part of a local orchestra and you've seen that VGL sells out every show they do. So you put up some money, time, and effort to bring in VGL and then struggle to fill all the seats. While a sold out show could gain you some much needed funds, coming up short could mean either less funds or breaking even or possibly losing money, putting you in a worse situation than before the show. That could leave a very bad taste in your mouth and make it unlikely that you do another VGL show or perhaps even another video game themed show in the future. The sad thing is VGL doesn't need to lie. Most people don't care if a certain concert series sells out every single show. I'm sure several gamers would be interested if a video game concert came to their area, regardless of the number of sold out shows it had. And I think in the end, this could do great harm to Video Games Live. A few years ago, I would have been very interested to see VGL if they came to my area. But Tommy Tallarico's actions have become a poison pill to me that makes me not want to put any of my money towards anything with his name attached to it. My recommendation to Tommy Tallarico and Video Games Live is to come clean, ask forgiveness, and be honest from now on. Go back to using sold lots or actual ticket sale numbers, or just put sold out on shows that, I don't know, actually sell out. But as of right now, I expect history to repeat itself, and for VGL to mark every show they do in the future as sold out, regardless of what the truth is. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please click like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and if you feel so led, become a channel member or Patreon supporter. Who knows? Maybe one day I could mark this video as sold out and make my mother very proud. Until next time,